Welcome to December Daily Collaging Day 18. I cannot believe we have come this far already. Let's see which prompt we're going to be doing today. I would like to try my hand at prompt number 26. Add something you have never added to a collage. This is another page which has been inspired by the beautiful art of Marta from Maremi's Small Art. Can I just say I really love how this turned out, both of these pages, but this one even more than this one. It is so unexpected and I love it. Let me clamp this down. We only have so few pages left. This is really getting bulky and more difficult to work on. But first, candy. Let's check my calendar. What does it have in store for me today? Oh, I see there's sour. Awesome. This will help me get some energy for today's experimental session. Let me show you what these look like. These are in shapes that I have not seen before. Oh yeah, I have. They are the wintry shaped ones. I thought I saw a strawberry in there, which wouldn't make much sense for winter, but they are actually like Santa Claus heads and snowmen and what else? I think that's it. Yep, Santa Claus and snowmen. They won't last long, I can guarantee you that. So I've been watching Marta's channel because she's a huge inspiration for me with her mixed media art. I will link her channel below again because you can learn so much from her. And I wanted to try some of her techniques again, using them for wintry collages. Today I wanted to use a focal point from the Digital Collage Club. Since I am a member, I have access to some of the most amazing downloads. I will link these for you below. I don't remember now. I think these are from one download, if I'm not mistaken. There's so many cute images here. You can find them in the description box along with some discount codes. And I had a hard time choosing which one of these. So these are all children, as you can see. I was very torn between her and her and her. And of course her I've used in my recent Altered Junk Journal book. I took away the presents because I didn't want that one to be Christmas, but she's so cute. I mean, actually all of them are. But I'm kind of thinking of using her for this spread today. So she's going to be my focal point. So I will start out by fussy cutting her. So this is her cut out and inked up. And I don't know if you can relate to this, but it bothers me when images are placed on the page and then they're facing outwards. So naturally I would place her on this page because I want her to look into the book and to whatever is on the opposite page. This really bugs me, and now I don't know what to do because I don't want to switch the days. I could do 18 here and 19 here. You know what, I'm gonna do that because in the end, when I flip through my book in years to come, it's not gonna matter what day or which page I use for what day. It's going to matter how the images look on the page. So I'm just gonna skip over to this page and do this one next time because I don't want to switch the image, and most of these images actually are turned to the left for some reason. So, and now you might be wondering what I'm gonna use that I haven't used before. I'm going to do something that Maremi has done. As background, to start that off, I'm going to use some paper scraps and I'm going to use magazine pages, and I'm just going to pick some colors that I think will go nicely with this image So I'm not looking for specific patterns or anything necessary. I'm just looking for colors. So for example, this is a nice, what would you call this, peach? So I want to tear some strips. Don't want any straight lines. I think I'll tear a strip like this. I'm not too worried about white edges showing because I think they will be covered up. So no straight edges. So this is what I'm looking for. I'm looking for strips like this in different shades of color. If they have patterns on them, that's fine, but they don't have to. This one doesn't really go. I have the feeling I have this the wrong way around. A lot of these pages are from Daphne's Diary magazines, which are actually the only magazine, pretty much the only magazine that I keep. But I think actually that these are also from German magazines, which is probably why I tore them out and didn't keep the magazine, because the only actual full magazines that I still have are the Daphne's Diaries. I'm not sure if I wanted that colorful, probably not. I'm looking more for pieces like this, I think. I'm no expert at this, so I'm not really sure what I'm looking for. But I think I don't want a lot of pattern. I want more of a calmer background. I'm not looking for these to all be the same, but maybe similar. There's another one of these which is quite similar to this, but this one has a cute little pattern. Yeah, why not? Aw, look how sweet. What is this from? I have no idea. Oh, this is so nice. No wonder I kept this. I must use this in a journal. Spread these books. Love that. I could even try this color. Or these even. Let's try it. Ah, this is obviously from Flow. German Flow version. Oh wow, what a horrible tear. Does it get any more, any worse than this? Okay, not sure about this one. This is just very wonky. Maybe I can fix it a little bit. Okay, so we have these. I want something a little darker as well. I want a bit of contrast in here too. Again, another blue. This is a nice one. Yep, let's take some of this. This gray is also nice, but it might be too much the same. Let's go for something different. This one would be nice. Might not be able to fit them all, but then we have something to play with. Still want something a little darker. Oh, this is a nice blue as well. We have two blues already and a green. I don't know, but let's just take it and then we can still decide. Ha, this is fun. This already has strips. I could have just torn this, but it's the wrong colors. This blue is beautiful, but there's too many blues. But it's beautiful. Oh, they're even perforated. Look at that. Not what I'm looking for, but okay. Maybe I'll just tear this one with my tearing ruler. I've had these for years. Haven't done anything with them. I just found them now as I was looking through my things. And most of these I probably wouldn't use anymore because my style has completely changed. But now I am happy that they're still here. Still want something darker. I might not have kept anything that's darker though. Oh, look at this blue. Wow, I have 2 sheets of this. Look at that. And there's a black that might be too dark. But this is amazing. Okay, I need this. I think that's enough. There's definitely too many. And I'm trying to decide, do I want them to go in like from lightest to darkest? Or do I want to mix them up a little bit? This one I think I can get rid of. I have these blues which are nicer. I'm not sure about this one either, but maybe. What would it look like if we switch them up a bit? I think I do want the darkest one on the bottom. But I think these we can kind of switch up a little bit. Maybe something like this, although I think that's still too much. That's a tough one. Because I like them all. Maybe I'll get rid of this. I don't know. No, it's so cute. Maybe I'll get rid of this. So difficult. Once more, I'm using my matte deco glue for gluing the bits down. Uh-oh, I just put my wet brush on this image. No. Okay, well maybe she got her coat a little dirty in the snow. I guess that's all right. I was thinking actually I should have done something low-key today with just gluing down some paper. But I'm enjoying experimenting with mixed media so much that that's what I decided to do. I hope that's all right with you. I hope you're happy to experiment with me. I will definitely be doing some more easygoing ones. Maybe the one on this side. Who knows? Who knows? But you gotta do what your soul is telling you to do, right? I think you'll agree with me as fellow creators and fellow artists. Do you ever have those moments that you're laying in bed, you're supposed to be sleeping, but you're thinking about your next art project or your next art page, and that keeps you up? Because that happens to me a lot. I always have my art in the back of my head, and of course at night when things get quiet and my mind gets still, it automatically goes to my, well at the moment, to my December daily pages and what else I can come up with. And I'm not gonna have enough room. Let's keep this one out as well. And this one, I guess, because we just don't have enough room. That's okay. So I'm hoping that my experiments are encouraging you to experiment as well. And if all fails, worst case, we cover everything up. This is not going to go into a museum or anywhere. This is just for our own peace of mind and for our own creativity and growth as an artist, by trying new things and just having fun, playing around. And there's no right or wrong. You just learn what works and what doesn't and have fun with it. I'm putting this deco glue on everything, meaning on all parts of my page, because I want everything to have the same surface, like the same grip for whatever I put on it next. Trying to learn from my past pages where the edges were always different. Making sure not to glue down my pocket though. Okay, this is so pretty. I like this already. But we will of course be pushing it back with gesso once this has dried. So I'll be back once this is dry. Everything is fairly dry. It's still damp, but I think it's good enough. So out comes my gesso. And this time I will try applying it with a baby wipe. We'll see how that works. And what I want to do is to not cover everything, but just to kind of combine them all together. So rather than having separate strips, I kind of just want them to be one background. Don't want it on this page. Well, I'll probably cover it up anyway, so it's not a big deal. So that works quite well with a baby wipe. It still gets all over my fingers though. While this is drying, I want to mix up some color. I have this acrylic paint here. It's Anita's all-purpose acrylic craft paint. So this is very cheap. I might have gotten this at Joann's a few years ago. I'm not entirely sure. So what I want to do is I want to use this stencil, and I want to use this part here. And I want to apply that to part of the page. And I want to do it in a soft version of this because I think this will go very well with the coat. So let's try to mix that. Let's take some gesso. Let's add a little bit of this paint, see if it even, maybe I should shake it first. Seems to still be fluid. Okay, I think that much will do. I'll just take a little bit because I know a little bit goes a long way when you mix it with gesso. Yeah, but it can be a bit darker, that's okay. Yep, we can use it all. Wow, this is a beautiful mint. While I'm mixing this, I am realizing I'm not happy with this at all. I think the gesso now has turned too transparent because of the baby wipe, because of the dampness of the baby wipe. So I am going to add some more with my finger. I want the edges of the papers covered more without losing all of their color. I'm not sure if this is better. Okay, we'll see. Let's leave it for now and we'll add some paint once I have cleaned my fingers. Also, I think I do want this a little bit darker. Okay, let's go with this. I want to use another kind of brush to put through my stencil, which is this kind. I think this is made for stenciling, I'm not sure. I think that's why I bought it a long time ago. I don't want to put it all over. I think I just want it in some areas. Maybe I should start at the top. It's quite liquid. Let's wipe the back off. Let's maybe turn it. That is a beautiful color. Maybe just one more. Let's turn it again, maybe this way. Well, let's clean the back first. Oh, that one didn't turn out so well, but it'll be okay, I'm sure. Okay, again, we need to let this dry. The good thing about using acrylic paint is, of course, once it's dry, it's not going to smear or anything, not like watercolor. And another fun way to make some marks is by just using, that was too much, like a credit card type thing, and just making some designs. That, yes. It's pretty damn cool. Now we can take the short side and make some short ones. Whoops. Okay, I think that's good enough. This is now dry, and now I want to add some background stamping. I have this stamp from AliExpress. If the link still works, I will link that for you. It's quite a nice stamp. I'm going to use my new Memento Espresso Truffle ink for this. I want to get some nice contrast, so I want something darker on my page. Ooh, that was a bit dark. Shouldn't press that hard. That was definitely darker than I wanted it to be. So now if we add her, she's a bit hard to see, isn't she? Because there's just too much color going on in the background. So now I'm kind of thinking I should add some more gesso on top. Just a very thin layer. I should probably add some more water. Let me get some water. It is a fun background, but Not with this. Yeah, it's really too bad because I do like it. But yeah. So I will try to add just a thin watered down coat. It's smearing. Oh, was it not dry? Usually this Memento ink does not smear. Yeah, it's kind of smearing a little bit. Why? My old one doesn't smear. That is interesting. Okay. Learned something new. Huh. Okay, the stamping is pretty much gone. Look. You can still see the acrylic paint underneath. You can hardly see our beautiful paper scraps. What does this look like now? Now, of course, she comes out a lot better though. Maybe I can add some more stamping, a little lighter, a little less. I just found these gelatos. They're from Faber-Castell. I haven't used these in ages. I love the shape of these because they look like lipsticks. So I have this gold and I have this blue. I don't have many colors. They actually look like they don't work anymore. Oh, they're not coming out anymore. Oh, they are. Okay. Now they won't go back in. Okay, let me maybe try this first on a scrapped paper. I don't know if these are still... Yeah, they are still working. So they're kind of like wax pastels. They should be water soluble. Ish. Kind of. Okay, I want to try this. Just adding a little bit. And maybe some gold as well. This might have been a horrible idea. I'm gonna spray some water here from my water bottle. Maybe that helps. Maybe it makes it worse. Who knows? Oh, wow, there's a lot of water here. A bit too much, I think. Whoa, this whole thing is swimming. And the gold has kind of turned green. No, I don't like that. Taking a kitchen towel and trying to get rid of this mess. Thankfully, we have plenty of gesso underneath, so we can just take this away as if it never happened. Okay, that's good. But maybe we could try adding some watercolor. And for that, I will make it wet again. And what colors do we add? Where's our little girl? Okay. Yeah, I wanted to add some like pinkish colors, I think. Red, pink, maybe. Let's try to move it around a bit. I do like this. This is good. Yep, that's more like it. Yes, this will be nice. Okay, good, good, good. Do we add another color? I think I need to dry this first. I'm thinking if I should add a little bit of gold, a touch of like a warm yellow. Oh, let's just do it before it dries. What does yellow and pink make when it mixes? I actually even know. Oh, I love this. This is so beautiful, pastel-y, colory. Okay, let's go with that. Let's dry that. We're all dry and I love it. And I hope that those of you that love more color are very happy with this page. Yes, she's gonna look awesome here. I do want to add, I want to try the stamping one more time. I'm going to be a lot more careful. Maybe I should take the ink off first. If there's any left. Oh, if there's any left, there is a lot. Well, maybe I should probably just stamp with that, what's left, and see how that looks. Oh yeah, that might be enough. It's very, very faint. Maybe just a tad, but this is my old one, so it's a lot drier. But still, I need to be really careful this time. Don't want to keep repeating the same steps. Gently, gently. That was too gentle. Yeah, sometimes your drier stamp pads are your better friends. For background stamping anyway. Okay, that's enough. This is what I wanted. See? That's what I wanted. This is good. Just barely visible. Now I also want some darker splatters. How do I get that? I still have my watercolors here. Actually, I want some lighter and some darker ones. So for the lighter ones, I can just use my Posca pen again. And what did we learn from yesterday? You shake it while the cap is on. Because you know why I'm doing this? Because look, she's splattered with snow. So the rest of the page needs snow. Now I have the feeling it's almost empty. No, these are just so perfect for creating snow. Of course, I could just water down some gesso, but this is much more fun. And I do want some darker splatters, but I don't want them to mix, so I should again let this dry. Lots of drying again. These are dry, and now I want some dark splatters, but just very fine splatters in a few places. And I'm just gonna try it with a smaller paintbrush. I'm gonna wet these. I think I'll just take black for this, or maybe a dark gray. This almost looks like black, so maybe I'll take this one. I don't know if this is going to splatter. Let's hit it with something. Let's wipe it off my laptop. So I think our background is finally done. I love it. How fun is that? Once this is dry now again, that's the problem with mixed media, all this drying time in between. So I want to then glue her down. I will again ground her with my dark colored pencil, or maybe I will try like a graphite or a charcoal pencil. But in the meantime, I could try to find a sentiment. I'm once again looking at my winter quotes, since I made these especially for these December dailies in mind, because I never have enough winter quotes. And this time I think we could go with a blue one. And there's a few here that are jumping out at me, which I think would be really nice with this image. One is, a snowflake is a winter's butterfly. Then, winter is not a season, it's a celebration. Because she looks like she's very festive or getting ready to go to some celebration. And I really like these two. Winter is on my head, but eternal spring is in my heart, because she actually has snow on her head. So that is a cute one. And also, kindness is like snow. It beautifies everything it covers, because she looks like she's giving this to someone. So maybe she's being kind to someone. So really difficult choice. I think I'm gonna go with the kindness one. So I'm gonna cut it out. I'm gonna cut away the black outlining again. And once I've done that, maybe the black the black splatters will be dry. So you know what, I'm struggling with this because I have two elements here. We don't like two elements, right? We like three elements. Rather than adding another element, another option is to cut this into strips to divide them up into several smaller elements. I'm going to try that. And if that doesn't work, we can still add another element. What about like this? I think that's a lot better than having one big chunk. So I'm going to glue this down with my tacky glue and then we'll ground her. Also using some tacky glue to glue down this little girl. Let's ground her. So I have these these are charcoal pencils. I'm a bit worried because they are very dark, but I want to try it. And then I have some blending paper stumps like these, and you can also use Q-tips to blend them. So I'm going to try to start off very light-handed because I don't know. So, okay, let's do the ground this way. I mean, like pointing this way. The ground pointing this way. Oh my goodness. Her shadow. And that's not very light-handed, if I might add that. Let me try the Q-tip. Yeah, that actually makes a pretty nice shadow. That looks pretty cool. I don't think I want to outline her. I think that would look weird. Or maybe just a little bit on her back. This time I'm really gonna try to be more light-handed. That's not bad. I won't do it to the front. It actually makes no sense. Because if her shadow is going this way, that means the light is coming from there. And if the light is coming from there, then she shouldn't have a shadow here, but she should have it in front. We're just not gonna ignore all of that. Should have just outlined the whole thing. I kind of like that this is the light side and this is the dark side. I'm just gonna keep it. I don't care if it makes sense or not. It is what it is now. And I'm happy with it. And one thing I'd like to point out is when I added these, do you see that I staggered them so that none of them line up? And I think that also helps to kind of just break it up and to not make them look like a solid block. We need a date, and I'm happy to add this again with my beautiful stamp and my new ink. It's just so convenient to have a date stamp, and I'm gonna put it on the bottom right. And that's another finished page, and I'm happy that it looks completely different to my other mixed media pages that we recently did. Although we used very similar techniques, it looks completely different. At least I think so. I hope you think so too. Thank you for experimenting with me. And I hope you start experimenting now in your own journals. Can't wait to see what you do on Instagram. Don't forget to post on Instagram if you have an account, or maybe you want to open up an account. I hope to see you back here tomorrow. I really appreciate your support and would love a like if you enjoyed this video. Love you guys. Mwah, mwah.